Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. If you are new, my name is Nicola and in today's video we are doing an infill on my toes. So this is the previous design that I did have it on, and if you missed that video I will link it in the description box, but definitely go check it out. I did do the builder gel, which includes like the application, the prep and stuff. However, in today's video, I am doing acrylic instead. I thought I would just switch it up a little bit and like just try something different and see what I think. Now, if you notice, I don't know if you can tell on this video, but like I had this e-file in the wrong direction. If you are right-handed, you should be setting your e-file to forward, and if you are left-handed, you should have it on reverse. So because I think like I just wasn't feeling great when I was doing it, like I didn't realise straight away and I only realised on the pinky toe, and I did swap it over to forward. I am using my 5-in-1 bit to remove the previous design and, you know, sort of take down a little bit of the bulk and just remove any lifting as well. You do want to set it quite high to about 20,000 RPMs. Light pressure, don't make it more difficult for yourself, just let it glide over and let the bit do the work. Always definitely keep the bit parallel to your nail as well. That will avoid like any sort of ring of fire and like digging it in, etc. So I have actually lost my footage of the natural nail prep. So all I did was, after I used the 5-in-1 bit, I did go in with my 180 grit sanding band and just went over the entire like surface of my natural nail. And again, light pressure, I put it to 5,000 RPMs and just lightly buffed. You just want to remove the shine. You definitely don't want to file your natural nail down. And then I did go in with my flame bit, and that just helps lift the cuticle off the nail plate as well, so you can get in there and just clean it up and remove any dead skin from your nail plate, which will help with your like retention and will make your, whether it's acrylic toes or your like normal sets, last a lot longer. And then finally I did use my ball bit, which we had footage of on my cuticles, and then I'm just going in with my hand file. It is a 180 grit and I'm just perfecting the shape a little bit before I do my application. So you want to remove all the dust and definitely go in with some like alcohol to cleanse the nails. Make sure they're clean before you apply your dehydrator, which is what I'm doing now. And then you want to go in with your primer, and then you are ready for your application. So I thought I'd just let you watch a little bit of the application process. The sort of only tips I do have for doing acrylic toes is, well, basically have an amazing back because you will be hunched over for the longest time. But if you don't, definitely just take breaks, take your time. It's really difficult doing your own toenails, especially with acrylic. I would obviously, prep is like essential, but I personally prefer drier beads to stop the acrylic running onto like the skin and flooding your sidewalls or your cuticles. Because you don't have like sort of gravity to help you, it is better to do your beads slightly drier. Obviously when you're placing your bead, place it near your cuticle but not too close, again to like avoid flooding. This is totally preference, but I don't apply tips to my toes because, well, if you're constantly wearing like trainers or just closed shoes, like if you think it, when the tip does lift from the natural nail, you know, it is going to trap moisture, sweat, and, you know, your feet can like sweat in shoes, and I just think it's like the perfect combination of bacteria to grow. So moving on to filing and shaping after the application, I am first going in with my medium grit sanding band and I have turned up my e-file. I am going around the cuticles, as you can see, to seal that product in. You want to make it like a little bit more flush to the natural nail so there's no like ridges, which does help prevent lifting. I do then go over the entire surface of the nail to remove any lumps, any unevenness, any ridges, just to make it a lot more smoother and natural looking. I do also use this e-file and sanding bit to remove any sort of bulk. As you could see on the big toe, I did go and file a little bit slightly underneath, and I did that to remove like the excess product. It was just a little bit too thick and bulky. I know this is a little bit different from the usual types of videos that I do. I'm normally like super high energetic, we just talk a lot of shit, we have so much fun on the videos, but I think it is nice when I do just like go through like in a little bit of depth of the process and what I'm using, how I'm doing stuff, and then I think it's just helpful to share a bit of information. I have had training, but I didn't like carry it on after I had my training, so I did lose like a lot of it. So I feel like I'm kind of self-taught, so, but I'm technically qualified. Let me know what type of videos you prefer. Is it the ones where like we're just having so much fun, or is it these types where we really knuckle down and talk in depth and, you know, go through the steps? I think it is helpful as well if there's any beginners watching. So let me know which video you prefer. So for shaping, I am using my 180 grit hand file and I'm just trying to square off the free edge of the nails, and then I'm going in with my buffer and I'm just going over the entire surface, which helps to remove any of the scratches caused by the file, which makes a perfect surface for nail art or top coat. So definitely don't skip the buffing. And then I'm just going in with rubbing alcohol and cleansing the nails before nail art. So this is like super repetitive. It's not the easiest. I know people are like, oh, just a simple French. It's never simple, but it's definitely good practice. So, and it just looks very clean and like bougie or whatever. I did used to just love wearing a full white gel polish. I still do, but it's nice to just switch up a little bit. I am using the Canny gel polish in white. I don't know what size the brush is. It's probably like a 15mm, I'm gonna say, but definitely I'm not too sure. I do prefer a deeper French as well. That's just my preference. Some people prefer different Frenches, which is fine. and I am just cleaning up the shape a little bit, so I'm just using this clean up brush with a bit of alcohol. So while we're watching the repetitive nail art process, I think we should get into the binge watch hours giveaway. So for anyone who's new and has their own channel, I do a binge watch hours giveaway every single week. All you have to do is be a public subscriber, like this video, and for this week I just want you to drop me a white heart in the comment. So for the previous winner is Renee Ray Nails. Her art is 1 nail a day, and I do watch up to a year's worth of videos, so I will put all your screen recording on this video. So we are heading towards the end of the video, and after a full cure of the French gel polish design, I am going in with shiny top coat, and it is from Shein. I've had no issues with it. It seems fine. It stays shiny. It's doing what it needs to do. And then I'm just going in with some cuticle oil, as you want to rehydrate your nails, and it does help with your nail growth as well. So again, it's important, and it is supposed to be part of your aftercare. So these are the final results. Let me know what you think down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.